going on YouTube world? We are KRT LYFE, KRT LYFE with the Y. And today we are knocking out a few do-it-yourself vlogs simultaneously. So while we're waiting for the windshield to dry over there on the GX470, I'm going to go ahead and service our Dyson fan. Ooh. First things first, I'm going to remove the bottom plate from this thing right here. And if you look at the bottom, there's this little tab right here that you can hit. And then you twist like that. Hold up. And put it down and do it. That's what I love about do-it-yourself stuff. It just sometimes just don't go how you think it's gonna go.
But that's life.
There it goes. Boom. Okay. So now the bottom plate is off. So now we're gonna remove the actual, what is this thing called? Air multiplier technology, as it says on it. I'm going to remove that by doing this. You pretty much just put it in a little chokehold like this, like you're about to break its neck, and then you pop it like that, and then remove the head from the shoulders. So this part right here, actually it's kind of dirty. I don't know if y'all can see that on the inside. So I think I can probably pour some water through here maybe, and let it dry, and clean it out that way. I don't know, I'm gonna figure out something. But you can see that it's a little dirty. So this part is gonna get cleaned with the water hose. I think that's a good thing to do. And we're also gonna clean this motor and service this motor because this motor has been making this squeaking sound lately at setting number 2, which is a very low setting that we like to use when we're sleeping. And unfortunately, it makes a wee 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 sound now when we're sleeping. So we're gonna try to remedy that. So I'm gonna remove this top air accelerator Venturi plenum thing. So you do that by doing this number right here, and that removes said screw. Oh wow, that screw held on. We'll put it right there so we know where it is, and then you should be able to pop this piece out. Oh my god, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. All right, so now this ring is removed. So now we are left with the motor.
Yeah, it's zoomed in, so.
Oh, okay. So now we're left with the motor right here. So let's see if we can, this thing just comes out like that. Whoa, look at all that dust and dirt.
Well, you gotta consider, we had it for 4 years. Some days, this thing was running 24 hours a day without any break.
But man, look at all the dust that's in there. Can y'all see all that? Wowzers. No wonder it's making funny sounds. Alright, so while Sister Cat is over there washing the air multiplier, or whatever that thing's called, I'm going to finish taking this motor apart to some degree, I think, is what I've decided. And I'm going to use a combination of my shop vac and, yeah, some kind of a tactical deduction to finish getting this thing cleaned up for the most part. And then I'm going to probably lube it as well. Now, I got 2 choices for the lube. I got some silicone lube and I got some dry lube from WD-40. I think I'm gonna go with the dry lube on this specific application because this specifically says that it does not attract dust, or so it says, and we don't want to attract no dust. So I think I'm going to dry lube. Alright, so Mr. Dyson and his engineering team did a really good job of designing this thing. It was very, very easy to take apart, as you just saw. So now I'm going to put some dry lube on this motor because that, I'm pretty sure, is the source of the squeaking. Oh, squeaking, look at that. The squeaking sound. And this is actually the impeller or rotor part. So yeah, should be able to, it looks like it's a little off balance, but whatever. We're gonna oil this thing or grease it with some this non-sticking PTFE spray. We're gonna wash these with water and then let them dry. And yeah, this is actually pretty simple to take apart. And once again, if y'all haven't already gone to our Amazon link and gotten these tools, I highly suggest you get yourself a multi-bit screwdriver and a little small baby impact wrench like this that you can adjust the torque on. As y'all can see, I use this in many videos, and it always does the job, from like working on the 997 to the GX470 to taking apart Mr. Dyson's fan. Alright, so Sister Cat has been washing the other bits that I took off, the little shrouds and stuff. I just vacuumed out this foam piece right here that goes at the bottom of this fan apparatus that I guess as the air draws through, it filters out larger pieces of debris and stuff like that. It's held in place by this little piece right there that sits on top of that like that. And I think I just made an executive decision, and I'm going to remove this impeller and wash it out because there are little pieces of debris that I can't get out with just suction. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this bad boy. Let's see how hard it is. Oh, that ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna find a bit of kit that's gonna do it, and then I'm gonna remove that. So ain't a momento. Alright, so I had to go to my my ratchet toolbox over yonder, and I got what the heck is this? I can't even read it. 932 bit, and a little extension, my quarter extension and my quarter ratchet to get this off. And now I'm about to take this impeller off like so I can thoroughly clean this thing, because I mean I'm already dug in here, so I might as well do it right. Do it once, do it right. That's what they used to tell us in the Air Force or something like that. Do it right, say it right. Oh, it's not popping off. Big problem. There it goes. Now it's off. All right, so now that it's off, it has all these marks on it. I'm assuming that was for balancing this thing when it was at the factory. But now we're going to go ahead and wash this thing on out, because as you can see, if you can see, it's properly dirty. So wash it out with some water, and we're going to reassemble this whole thing. All right, we're at the home run, and we're going to go ahead and spray some of this PTFE inside this shaft so that, you know, hopefully it doesn't give us that squeaking anymore. And while I'm spraying this, and you see this beautiful product placement right here, if you're any sales representative or marketing representative for WD-40, feel free to contact us at KRT LYFE at Gmail, KRT LYFE at gmail.com, if you would like for us to use your products in any of our future videos and tell people why their products are good products. And that goes if you're with DeWalt or Craftsman or Titan or
I feel like at this time we advertise so much
anybody.
for free.
Yeah. Mountain Hardware, Adidas, Blaster, Porsche North Americas, Air Force. If you want to go ahead and get some, you know, publicity going with us, hit us in the email. All right, so all of our kit is all dried out and cleaned, and I think this is going to be a really short video, so I'm going to interrupt it one more time for a KRT LYFE top tip. And this top tip is how to turn your shop vac into a blower. Some of y'all might already know this, but for those of you who don't, most blowers have an intake and an exit port. So the intake is where it sucks, obviously, if it's a shop vacuum. But you can also turn it into a blower by taking your hose, and I had it on there really tight because I was just using it as a blower, and attaching it to your exhaust port like that. Now, this thing will really blow, and you gotta hold on to it because it can jump away from you violently, but when you turn it on, it pretty much works like this. So, for those who might not know that you can do that, it comes in handy. I use it to clean the garage. I use it to dry out stuff because when the air comes through here, it also heats the air up slightly. So if you need to dry out something real quick, perfect thing to do. KRT LYFE top tip for the day. All right, so back to the project at hand. We're gonna finish putting this thing back together, and I guess we're gonna do a time lapse from this point, and then we're gonna end it. Okay, so time lapse. I put it back together. No problem. So while putting this thing back together, I noticed one thing. There's like these 3 shock absorbers strategically mounted around this motor to keep it from vibrating and stuff as it spins, obviously. And you can kind of see the shock absorber pedestals deep inside of there. So you kind of want to mind that when you put these back, because if you don't put it back properly, It's probably gonna rattle and shake when you turn this thing on. And once you get it in there, you can kind of feel the springiness in it when it's back seated properly on the perches. And that's what you want. You don't want it to be loose. So I guess we can do a dry run with it like this real quick and make sure that everything's spinning and quiet before we fully assemble this thing. And this bit goes on like so, I believe. Yep, there we go. So now we're gonna go ahead and do our dry run. All right. Hopefully we get some air going up and we don't get it like explosion. Ready? Fingers and toes crossed, everybody. Here we go. Ooh. Wow, so sexy. What setting is that? That's 1?
10.
Oh, that's 10. I'm looking at it upside down. So this is the setting we usually get the crazy noise at. Doesn't appear to be doing it. Air multiplier time. Okay, so now we're back to the finished product and the ultimate moment of truth. Will the fan fan? So if you hear wind coming towards the microphone, then we know it's working. Let's see. Do you feel it?
Definitely feeling it.
Okay, so if you can hear me, we are KRT LYFE, KRT LYFE with a Y. Like, subscribe, comment, all that cool stuff. Yeah, we took apart Mr. Dyson's fan, or Sir Dyson's fan. I'm gonna have to Google it and figure out if he's a knight or not. I think he is though. And put it back together. And it's very easy to do, very simple maintenance. And now back to your regularly scheduled vlog, which is fixing the windshield on the GX470. See you next time.